promoting open houses using conversion, the first thing I'll go to, and the first thing I know is going to work extremely well in terms of generating engagement, is to simply run ads directly at the property page of an open house on a conversion website. So first thing I want to show you guys is how to do that. I think a lot of us probably know, but it's good to review and look at, right, Annalisa?
Absolutely. And the cool thing is with the conversion site open house app, you can also do the very same thing when you're looking at a listing via kvCORE. So it's the same tool, just two different platforms, and you'll find they're very similar.
Okay, so where I'm going is I want to create a squeeze link inside of conversion that I can drive traffic to and will generate a lead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to lead generation. I'm going to go to build squeeze page. And right here, the second item is the single property squeeze builder. So if I have an open house coming up this weekend, and I need to find one here. So I could search for my open house, or I can grab the MLS number, but I'm just going to grab any old one. Options, open house, Pinellas. Okay, search. So basically, conversion makes us a very nice, and kvCORE make us a very nice, really open house page. You can even see in the image here, it says open house Sunday. It gives the time. So you can drive traffic at this and know that the pop-up and the built-in lead generation features of conversion will generate a lead for you. So instead of just sending people straight to this link, I want to be able to track, there's our pop-up, where it's coming from. So I just need my MLS number, which I'm going to grab out of the URL here, but I assume if you have a listing that you do an open house for, you know the MLS number. My source might be a Facebook ad. I can do the address, so open house and then address. I don't think we can start hashtags with numbers. Is that correct? Right.
That is correct. A hashtag needs to be a minimum 4 characters, needs to start with a character, not a numeral, and no spaces.
Right. So I just do OH 747 Brightwaters for my address. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to paste in my MLS number. And if I want, I can delay registration. This is a big feature here. You may want to let people just see the open house instead of becoming a lead. That's going to be up to you. So in this case, I'll delay the registration by toggling that yes on, and I'll click create the open house link. And what I've got now is a page that I can advertise for the open house in a number of different ways. Now, if you want to do some prior to open house promotion, you could even send out mailers. You can buy a custom domain name, say 747brightwaters.info, and forward it here. And later on today, I'm actually going to, in another section, in a couple of minutes, I'm going to show you how to do a forwarding domain when we get to building a list of open houses for everything. But you could use this as the core promotional page for that open house and redirect over to it. So if the question is, how am I going to generate exposure for my open house, this is what I would do. I would grab a link for the property. I would head on over to my Facebook fan page. I had all this open before I restarted my computer to get ready. Here we go. Oh, there's my puppy. She's a year old. She still sucks on my finger. It's weird. My wife, it creeps my wife out. I guess it is kind of weird. There we go. So I'll go over to my fan page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to first create a business post on my fan page. I have an example down here. But basically, quickly describe the property and what time the open house is. So we'll do open house. This format has worked really well. Open house Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m., 527, right? And then the address, 747 Brightwaters. I'll have to delete this. This is not my listing. BLVD. And then more details. Boink. And you'll see in the link below, we did a co-marketing session a few weeks ago. You can also do a get financing for this property right underneath. This worked really well when I did it down here. See, the first link was click here for more pics and asking price of that property. And then it was click here to get pre-approved for financing was the second link. So if you want to get your mortgage lender to help you pay for these open house ads, that might be a good way to work with them. So click link for price and pics, something like that. I like to shorten it with glue because it just looks prettier than having the long gobbledygook, or use Bitly or something, but it's not that critical. And then all you're going to do is post a picture or two. You can just do one. This, and people will be curious. They'll want to see more pictures and see the price right here. So I'm just going to upload my photo. Hopefully the listing agent of this property doesn't see this in the next 20 minutes and fillet me for whatever reason. I don't know why they would. I'm advertising their open house, but it happens. All right, so I'm going to post this to my page. Well, isn't that just wonderful? Sorry, guys. I had to be, just a tip for you, don't do what I just did. I wasn't logged in to my page as a business manager. I was logged in under my personal profile. So I would actually have to redo that here. So house. Good. It actually grabbed the thumbnail for me that time. That's fine. You could just roll with the thumbnail. It's going to look nice. And then I'll just publish that to my page. And this is just, to me, the easy way. You want to put it on your page anyway, so that any of the organic traffic you can get on your page. And also now that I can go into Facebook's ads platform and run a nice little engagement ad for this post, and this format, exactly what I just did, will get you lots of clicks and an affordable number. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay. Here, just went into the wrong account. It's okay. So we'll go into our Facebook Ads Manager. And then the objective I'm going to use here, since I already have the post on my page, is I'm just going to click engagement. And this is so easy to do. You could teach an assistant how to do this for all your open houses. And in a listing presentation, if you say, hey, I'm going to go, for every time we do an open house, I'm going to go run an engagement post for your ad. Or if you just tell them in general, I'm going to always have an ad running live on Facebook, even if it's $1 or $2 a day. That could help you, give you a competitive edge. So we'll just get open house, demo, Brightwaters. It's just my campaign name for demo purposes. I imagine people are doing, you saw the option for event responses. You probably could run this as an event. I don't think I've tried that, or if I haven't done it in years. I vaguely remember doing it 3 or 4 years ago to try it out when events first came out. But you could do it that way. But what I'm doing right here works very well. Simple engagement ad. I'm going to basically grab the zip code where the property is. This is probably 701, 704, 704. And then I'll just think about who might buy this property. It's probably going to be somebody over 35. And you know what? I'm going to target homeowners because I really would rather just get listings in this area and have the homeowners who live around this property tell their friends. They'll tell their friends to come check out the open house. Maybe they'll come to the open house themselves and I'll get to meet them. So strategically, that makes sense. So homeowners in that zip code, that's nice. That's 8,000 of them. That'll work. Most of those people probably should be financially qualified, so I don't need to worry about other targeting if they own a house right there. And then my daily budget, that's going to be up to you. If you can just run $5, you're going to get some results. Run $5 from Thursday or Friday straight through Sunday or the time of your open house. We'll do post engagement. Can you still hear me, Annalisa? I'm getting a message from GoToWebinar that the sound isn't good.
Yes, you have not cut out from what I can see or hear.
Okay, so I'm going to continue.
Now you're cutting out.
All right. I got to pick my fan page. How about now?
All good.
Okay. And I'll just find my fan page. Now, if you don't have an Instagram account attached to your Facebook page, you can just use the selected Facebook page for the Instagram ads, which it will automatically do for you. And then for creative, if I just click select a post, it's going to do open house Sunday 1 through 4 at Brightwaters right here. And this was very quick and easy to do. It'll just run this in stream just like this. Okay, and I'm pretty much done. If I run this ad, I can expect to get clicks. Oh man, I'm not sure because Facebook has changed so much the last few weeks, but hopefully I'm going to see clicks in the 30 cents to up to $1 range. But what's going to happen is people will show up at the open house and say, I saw your ad, because you're running it right in the neighborhood they're in. And so much so that you can do this 1 week for the same open house and then not do it the next, and you'll see a drop off in attendees. This is really, really powerful and just a great way to get people to know the open house is going on. And of course, you're driving traffic to your conversion site, and whether or not you use the squeeze link like I did, to allow them to view the one property or not, you should generate some level of lead flow. Another component of this, of course, is that you can also retarget everybody landing on your conversion site. I'll reference our session from about 3 or 4 weeks ago with Shane. A great strategy would be to use open houses to get lots of cheap traffic, since we know that it's a cheap click, cheap engagement. Get lots of people coming to your site and then retarget with maybe what's my house worth, or maybe retarget those people when this property sells and say, hey, 747 Brightwaters, I showed you an ad, 3 weeks ago. It actually sold for XYZ. If you want to sell your house, come here. So I'm getting a little ahead of myself and a little more advanced there, but there's a lot you can do around open houses. And as you'll see in a few minutes, I think you could run a whole real estate practice just around open houses as the niche, where all of the advertising you do is either around solo open houses or around offering an evergreen open house list, a list of properties that always shows the current opens in your area. So we're going to get to that in a second. Any questions on that Facebook ad process? I know I went quick. I think at this point, a lot of us know how to run Facebook ads, and the session's not so much about running the Facebook ads. The key takeaway is just create a post on your fan page and do an engagement ad, and you'll get good results from that. You don't have to get too fancy. Okay, well, I'll continue on then. Another approach you could do, and you could run this as a video view ad on Facebook, or you could run this as a YouTube ad. We did, last week we did Google AdWords, where you could just run videos in stream to people in your market, would be to create a teaser video. Now, before this session, about an hour before, I went and I just cut a quick video of this here, and I popped it on a landing page, a conversion landing page. And I have a link to it in the doc. And basically, it's just a simple video views landing page, open house 1 to 4 Sunday. It gives a little bit of details about the property. If you can make it, but still want to see it, I give my cell number. And in the video, I mean, I haven't showered or anything. It's just authenticity. Hey, I'm standing outside this open house. It's happening this weekend. If you want to see inside, come see me. This is the kind of thing around an open house that will help you build your personal brand. So people know who you are, and if they see this from you every week, they're going to think subconsciously, wow, this listing agent really works for his sellers. He's running these ads, he's showing me, he's doing these cool teaser videos. It's just a cool thing you could do. So if you want to go the extra mile, record a video. You can do it directly on a landing page like this in conversion using the landing page feature, which you can find under lead generation build landing page. Or you can just upload this, as I said a minute ago. You can go back into Facebook and create a video engagement ad. Or the same way, you can upload the video as a post on your fan page and do the same exact thing. Instead of using a picture, just use the video. So I won't bore you with those gory details, but I think you get the idea there. The video itself will probably get you a cheaper click over back to your conversion site to generate the lead. Okay. And and if you can do that on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, people are going to think you're everywhere. All right, so let's have some more fun. No questions yet, huh, Annalisa?
No questions yet. And I know we're like seeing a lot of like KV Core conversion. You know, the cool thing about the IDX squeeze pages and the landing page generator is the tools are the same in both platforms. So once you have those elements nailed down, you can go and use any of these features that Ryan is speaking to going forward into Facebook and then Google PPC, which is neat.
Yep. Yep. So yes, this works for either platform. I happen to still be personally on the old conversion. I think I'm going to be pushed over in the core, so this will get interested in the next few weeks. But yeah, this should all apply. How to create, now the next thing I have here is how to create an evergreen open house lead gen URL and use it as your core lead gen offer. All right, let's have some fun. We are going to first create a squeeze URL. We're basically going to build a whole website, so to speak, that is the open houses in our area. So I'm going to go back into my dashboard. I'm going to go to build squeeze. I'm right here. And then I can change this from time to time, but I'm just going to use any source, just any. My hashtag is open house list. Area is Pinellas County. I'll add in a few different property types. Whoops. Always live. It's worked right before. I had this ready to go. Here we go. There we are. All right, here we go. All right, and then my options right here is where I'm going to find it. I'm going to choose open house. Type is a buyer squeeze, and everything else looks good. And I can click. I think my browser with GoToWebinar is wigging out here. It keeps trying to give me that drop down. So 1 second here. There we go. Build link. Don't pop up again. There we go. So now I have this link right here. And essentially what I have is a website, in my opinion, that converts well around an open house list, because I know that conversion is going to do a good job for me. If I send people here and they start clicking around, it's going to eventually generate a lead for me. So I could buy a vanity domain that is Pinellas County Open Houses, .com or something, and drive traffic straight to this and make that the one core thing I focus all my advertising on. Okay, so I have got my nice page here. Now, in order to execute that, I'll probably want to go and buy a domain at GoDaddy. And I actually did this Sunday as I was thinking about this and preparing. I'm just going to show you where to do that quickly in GoDaddy. I think everybody would be curious about that, Annalisa, or do you assume everybody knows how?
I think we should treat it as something brand new to those who are looking to break into this next level of marketing.
Okay, yep. So for those of you who already know how to forward a domain from GoDaddy, just bear with me here a second. So I'm going to go through and just show you where to do it. I've already bought my domain. It's stpeteopenhouses.info. And if I go into the domain and I scroll down, it's going to be under, I usually get to it from here. It might be another way to do it, but I go to manage DNS right here. And there's tons of YouTube videos. You could just search how to forward a domain from GoDaddy, you're going to find it. And then I will do domain. It's not set up yet. And I can simply forward it to my GoDaddy, my conversion URL. So I'm going to make sure that HTTP doesn't show up twice. I can click preview and test it out, make sure it's working good. Looks good to me. And then hit save. And that's it. Now, in a few minutes, once the DNS catches up, it could take a few hours. I now have this evergreen URL that I could advertise in print. I can advertise it with PPC, to generate leads around the open house idea. And what's cool about the open house is a lot of people say they want to work with first-time buyers. Essentially, you're going to catch not only first-time buyers, move up and move down buyers, but it's a great way to focus on, buyer business, because they're all going to want to know what the open houses are from week to week. The people who are kind of in market and anxious to look are going to want to see this list. So you might get a higher quality, higher intent lead. Okay, so I'm going to save that now for just a minute. Okay, so Let's talk about where we'd advertise it. Well, you could do a Facebook ad that you just have running evergreen, free weekly list of open houses in St. Pete, Florida. And then as the people come in, remember we set our hashtag right here. I could simply come in every Friday, do quick action and do a mass email or a mass text that just basically sends them the listing link again. You don't have to give it much thought because it's always going to be up to date once you forward that URL. So you could just say stpeteopenhouses.info, see this week's open houses, and people are going to feel like you're giving them lots of value, even though you didn't do much. You could have an assistant do this, just remind them to go in every Friday, send out this update, and then they'll be reminded and it'll come from you and it'll feel like you're adding value for very little effort. Google PPC, again, if somebody searches, we did this last week, but if somebody's searching St. Pete homes for sale, why not hit them with something different? So everybody else here is like search houses, search houses, search houses. Why don't you say see all open houses priced from, if you look at last week's webinar, the template, see open houses priced from XYZ to XYZ. You'll get good engagement on your ad, and you're doing something a little differently that should get you high click through. And it's a niche focused search instead of, hey, just come search on my property like this. This isn't that. I mean, this engages a little bit, but we're going the extra step here. That's not a bad website, by the way. All right, but this is better. All right, print on Sunday. Ooh, what am I doing? All right, so some of us are still running open house ads. I go take my kid to the diner every Saturday or Sunday, and I read the local like Gabber newspaper down here, and I see there's still a lot of people running real estate ads. Why not, instead of just having your face and a business card banner ad, why not have see the open houses now? So you just have a 300 by 250 deal. We got time, right? Should I just make one of these? So let's just make one.
Yes, you should.
Okay. All right, yeah, I don't want to it's a little abstract just saying you should do this. All right, so I'm gonna go to my canvas. I never know what's gonna be on here. All right, it's all clean. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, clean this time. Sometimes I have jokes that I need to share with friends. All right, then I'll just do, so this is Google Draw. Canva is another way if you want to make pretty ads, but in my opinion, ugly ads get you nicer click through, but it doesn't matter. So insert shape right here. You guys can watch this in slow-mo later on the recording. All right, at white, and I can say, see every open house in St. Pete this weekend. St. Pete open houses.info. I can't remember if that's the URL or not. We're moving fast here. I don't want to bore you guys, so I'll just go like this. I'll center it. All right, and then you put like your company info, right? Whatever your company is, KW, EXP, whatever, down here, nice and small. And then maybe you do an ugly arrow that my wife always makes fun of me for, but we'll do an ugly direct response arrow. Just to draw the eye. And this is what I mean. So if you're gonna pay for print advertising and do a banner ad, why not do something like this instead? If you're gonna do full color, then the highlighting would show. This. All right, I guess we get the point. And have your phone number, but nobody cares. Like, you don't need your face here for it to be effective. You can have it up in the corner, but what's important is what is the thing that you're going to give them that's kind of interesting. Well, they're going to see every open house in St. Pete this weekend, or get a free week, get a free weekly list every week, and then go to this URL and get it, and this will generate you leads. At the end of the day, if you're consistent about putting it in front of people. So that's an example of a print advertising. I have drop cards, go for it, litter dude. Basically, drop cards are like, business cards that you kind of leave around town. Like when you pay the waitress at the restaurant, You know, you can even write that URL on the back of your business card, stpetopenhouses.info, and it'll drive traffic over. People even have those crumbled $100 bill drop cards. Let's see if I can show you that. I just saw these the other day. Yeah, this stuff. All right, that's enough of that. But that's just one idea. The bobblehead dolls. I have 11 of these sitting on my desk. I got to get some mortgage cards in. but where are these guys at? Here they are. So you could put that URL for the open houses on the business card or on the back of your business card, or just make a special business card and then have your face, you know, for the open houses, and just be that person who's giving away the open house list. In your email signature, and you can also drive traffic to everybody visiting your site via something like hellobar.com, which I think I've talked a lot about in the last few weeks, so I'm not going to go deep into. Basically, you can put little banner ads on your site. I have one right here testing out the affiliate marketing idea as an example. It just shows wherever somebody is on my site and on other sites.
Hey,
you could even pay, so like this one. What's that?
Oh, someone's asking if you could drop the link to that Google Doc into the session again.
Yep. So
thank you.
The Hello Bar idea and also the banner ad that I was just making for print, you could also do for Google Display. If you have any business owners, you know, who are friends or family who want to do you a favor, or maybe will even take some of your money to allow you to do it, you could always pay them to get that included on the on their site. So, you know, just visualize this. I have this affiliate marketing thing, but just every open house in St. Pete, click here. Well, you could run this Hello Bar on top of maybe a restaurant, I don't know, a restaurant, but somebody's site who it's relevant for. And, you know, you could go around, this is called media buying by some people. You can go around to different websites in your market and do that. And I'm forgetting a whopper here. Oops, man, am I forgetting a big one. Craigslist, whoa, right? So Craigslist, I could take this photo, I could screenshot this picture, and simply, really easily, every time I run a Craigslist ad, I could just upload that as an image with my Craigslist ad and drive some extra traffic that way. I could also do it as text only inside of, you know, inside of the Craigslist post. Now, if you don't want to take people straight to the list of properties, you could also redirect that URL directly to a landing page inside of Conversion. I showed you one a minute ago for the open house sneak peek with my video. You would just do a lead generation landing page that looks like this. Free week list, St. Pete, Florida open houses, sent every Friday for your viewing pleasure. Yes, send me open houses. I think a better button here, I kind of made a mistake when I created this, but see the list now. You're offering the recurring thing, but if you do see the list now, it gives them the instant gratification. So I made a little error there. I don't know why I did that, but usually see the list now is going to do better for you probably. All right, next trick, again, along the theme of getting your links out there, and this is something that will help you get more run out of your actual time spent at the open house as you interact with people, because we all know how it goes. You sit there, it's awkward, you're like, hey, go sign the sheet, and they're like, no, I don't want to give you my info, you're creepy, whatever. I just want to look at the house, I don't want to be a lead. But this is something you could do. You could actually attach this to your flyer. So a lot of us will print out an MLS sheet, or you create a special flyer for the open house. You could print this. I call it the ugly backside of open house flyer, because it is kind of ugly, but it does the trick. You could either attach it, print it on the back, or if that's kind of a pain in the butt doing dual-sided print, you could just print it out separate and staple it to your flyer. And as people walk in, hand them this, the details about the property, say, hey, here's the information about the property, and on the back I got some extra cool stuff for you, right? Some extra cool, you could even say resources, say cool stuff, fun stuff. And the thinking is, hey, they're going to go to 3 or 4 open houses today. Everybody's going to ask them to sign in. Nobody's going to follow up with them. Let's be realistic. But ask them to sign in. Why not give them something that engages a little further? So what do we have showing up here? Well, There's our custom URL. Save this link so you can see all the open houses every week. You could even say that as you hand it to them, hey, there's a link in that fun stuff. There's a link that'll give you every open house in the area. You can just go to that right now. A little extra bonus, same approach with a niche focus search, stforeclosurelist.com. That'll take them to all the foreclosures on my conversion site. And then we're going to get our mortgage person involved, tying in with our co-marketing stuff that we talked about a few weeks ago. I got a link giving the mortgage guys some love right here. So if they go here, they'll get a wall of mortgage links from my mortgage partner. And then questions about today's property, you can put specifically the address if you want, or the home buying process in general. Here's my cell number, text me anytime. So if they liked you, you know, and maybe they lose your business card, they've got this flyer, and this is something they might not want to give away. Like they'll go back into their car and say, oh, that was cool, I want to check out that foreclosure list. Yeah, that mortgage links info was cool because it has fix and flip financing videos on it. It's intriguing. You know, so it might be something they keep. So the ugly backside of MLS, of open house flyer that drives traffic back to your conversion site and generates leads. Okay, and then of course we have our open house apps inside of Conversion, and they're hard to demo on a live webinar like this because I have to attach my phone. It's going to be kind of a little bit messy with the webinar. So Annalisa's gone ahead. She's done a KV Core demo for all of us, and the Conversion app demo is coming. But basically, you can create sign-in apps on your phone and on your tablet with Conversion. I don't know if everybody knows that, but these are really cool, useful tools, and they can work in conjunction with the approach I just told you. You get them to sign into the app, and you hand them the flyer that they can hold right there. As many touch points as possible is not going to hurt you. So you directly inject them when they sign in on the app, and then they got this other way to engage with the site when they get there, you know, off the fly.
Well, and the cool thing with these apps, with the KV Core app as well as the Conversion Open House app within the Dashboard app, you know, all of these actually load the hashtag of open house and then the MLS number automatically onto that contact that comes into your system, because the moment that lead signs in on your app, they are immediately popped onto your dashboard as a lead and hashtagged with that information. So it's a great way for you to keep track and have those built-in lists of people who visited those properties, and then, you know, send them content in the future.
Awesome, awesome. So you guys can watch those later. We'll make sure both links are in this doc. Definitely play with those apps and use them if you're going to have your open houses. One thing I forgot today was text codes as well. We did a session about those probably about a month ago, 2 months ago. You could also be having people text you to get the information about the open house, using the same channels that I talked about above. So don't forget about text codes. Cool. So have I forgot anything today, Annalisa? Pretty comprehensive.
It was very thorough and comprehensive in my view. It hit all the segments.
Yeah. So I think, guys, you know, especially for new agents who are, you know, still doing open houses, it's of course a wonderful way to do business. I remember starting out being on a team. I did every open house I could, and it really worked. You know, for maybe for 1 in 5 open houses, I'd end up with a good buyer, but it was worth it. You know, this would just get you more leverage out of that time you're going to spend at the open house. And of course, you could work this as an entire niche or a system within your business that you focus on. Cool. So thank you for the nice comments, everybody. If you have the doc, I have that says recordings are here on top of the doc. We copied that into the webinar there. But if you are not watching the recording and you're live with me right now, it's basically the Facebook page, facebook.com/conversion. And if you click on videos down at the left side, it'll take you to this videos page. And what I've been doing is just popping these weekly sessions into a playlist right up here at the top. So this will be live tomorrow, by tomorrow morning or later tonight, you guys to rewatch. And feel free to comment on these posts. If you're watching the recording right now and you have any questions, if you comment there, Annalisa and I will definitely see your comments, and we'll be happy to interact with you. And of course, there's always the Facebook group where we reply fast as well.
And, you know, we're open to hearing what you are seeking in regards to the use of these tools in the advanced marketing segment. So if there's something you're dying to know, you're like, hey, how the heck do you do this? Please feel free to message me via training@insiderealestate.com. And I'm working and coordinating with Ryan on content. So if there's something you need to know or want to explore, let us know, and we'd be happy to look at working that in.
I've been thinking, you know, something that I don't see much of in real estate. and that I've been paying a little more attention to lately is LinkedIn. And I don't think I've ever done a session on it. I'm reading a great book, so we'll end today with a nice recommendation. Potentially next week or the week after, maybe we'll do a LinkedIn session. This is a book, LinkedIn Unlocked. So far, I'm about 3 chapters in. It's wonderful, really good. You can get it on Kindle. You know, there's probably ways for us to integrate conversion. I know there are into our profiles on LinkedIn. We could be creating content on LinkedIn around these niche searches. Our open house list we could be sharing there. And you're going to attract a nice, you know, people who are active on LinkedIn, you're going to attract a nice, probably set of buyers, you know, serious business people. So.
And you can grab that whole list, all of your contacts on LinkedIn as well.
Yep. So next, let's say a little sneak peek. If not next week, then it'll be the week after. But for now, you guys can prep for that by reading LinkedIn Unlocked. Come on. Laura, you can contact me privately, but I don't know that it's only certain states, and I don't know how open we are to that. We've been inundated, but definitely we'll explore it. All right.
And
right.
Dawn was saying, hey, what do I do if I'm a new agent? So Dawn, I'll make sure to send you some information separately after the session is ended here.
Cool. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good week. Happy Memorial Day.
Bye.
Bye.